I turned 30, last Saturday. I haven't done anything for my birthday in the past nearly 8 years. I'm usually working. Well, this year my sil invited me over on my birthday and said she was going to have barbecue birthday party thing for me or whatnot. It was not even remotely what I wanted to do on my birthday, but I felt like I couldn't say no because she was hosting it and claimed it was for me, yada yada. Well, when my husband and I arrived, family members of his that not only have I never met but he hadn't seen in years were there, a couple uncles and their wives, as well as other family members that I had met and get along with. My husband was super excited to see all these people that he hadn't seen in years, and at first everything was great, despite me being really overwhelmed. However, I did take into notice that not one single person said happy birthday to me, including my sil, and she had a banner along her door that said, Happy Father's Day. By about an hour and a half in, and after my sil begged me to help her host this massive fucking barbecue and help her cook everything enough to feed 30 people, I was completely over it. I sat in a lawn chair outside and started browsing my phone. One of the uncles and my sil sit down near me and he goes, Thanks for having us for Father's Day, this is nice. My sil then turns to me and says, Shit, happy birthday. I just said thanks and kept scrolling my phone. The uncle goes, Oh, happy birthday, you don't look like you're having much fun. So I said, I'm not. I was told this was a birthday party for me, not a Father's Day celebration, and so far I've been hosting instead of enjoying anything when I could be out having a day for myself. He goes quiet and looks at my sil before saying, You told us this was for Father's Day? She turns beet red and says I shouldn't be souring the mood over something trivial and that the family is never able to get together like this, so she just combined the two events. So I get up and say, Yeah, well, that would have worked if you had told people that you were combining events, not just celebrating Father's Day, because no one here is aware that I even exist. I then get in my car and leave. My husband is pissed because he said that I didn't have to make a big deal out of it because the relatives he hasn't seen in years now think I'm a drama queen, and he had to overly explain that I was just disappointed and it wasn't a conversation that he should have had to have. Next story. Sorry for the wordy title, my 18M. Dad left my mom when I was 6, not because of my stepmom. 4 years ago he met and married my SM Aita. She had 3 kids from a previous marriage that my dad loved to parent instead of me. After they got together I saw him, at best, 7 to 8 times every year because they moved 5 hours away. A year later he had a change of heart, and demanded his 50-50 custody, which made me miserable. He built a room for me at his new house, tried to fill the missing years with new gifts, even planned a big birthday party for my 12th birthday. At 13, I stopped going to his place. For me, he wasn't my dad. After he left, Mom's brother, who was only 25 at the time, took me in as one of his boys. Mom and I moved back to my grandparents' place and my uncle lived next door. He already had a kid, and he was always there for me. He's my father, while my aunt is like a second mother for me, and my cousin is like the brother I never had. When I stopped going to my bio dad's, my mom had to get a second job, so I used to sleep at my uncle's pretty much every day. I didn't understand why until last year, when my grandma told me my dad had stopped paying child support out of spite and my mom didn't have the money to take him to court. Ever since I turned 15, Father's Day is about my uncle for me. My cousin and I make him breakfast and plan a fun day with him with a small gift. Now that I'm 18, my stepmom sent me a FB message saying that I'm old enough to give my part for my bio dad's gift. This year, his stepkids wants to give him a car and that I should put 10%, like 1,800 to 2,100. I just sent her a lol meme and said she could use my missing child support to cover it. She blocked me, and later on one of her kids sent me an message.